up, guys? What's up? What's up? Sorry for the late start. 12 minutes late. Not ideal. Not ideal. I'm sorry. Working on it here. Trying to get better at everything, getting on time, on schedule. But we're here. We got 48 minutes left of power hour. So let's see what we can find. Lower my seat a little bit. It is cold. I have one space heater on. I don't think you guys should hear it. Let me just check my sound levels. Hope y'all had a great day so far. It hasn't been too eventful. Pretty choppy. What's going on here? Having a similar issue that I had the other day where a double click is just not having it. Weird. It seems to be more of an issue on Mac than Windows, because on my other computer I don't have that issue very often. Alright, so also I need to make sure I'm ending my other stream, because I think that messes up the algorithm a little bit when I got two live streams going at the same time, because they are on different computers, but I think it just messes up the algorithm. Alright, so just the live charts alone, those are now gone. So, yeah, I should have pinned this stream in that chat sooner. Another thing I'm working on getting better at. Always room for progress. Always seeking progress in life. Streamlining everything, no matter what it is. Alright. So we got about 50 minutes left. 45 minutes left. And the market is not done. Why is this? What is the dealio? Hold on. Hold up. Maybe I need to close it out and reopen it. Sorry, you're going to have to look at my face a little closer right now. Just a wee bit closer. Now I need to check my audio. Audio. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy it. I appreciate y'all support. Let me check the audio. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Now, this did not close out like I wanted to. Sometimes you have to force close it. It's highly annoying. There we go. I don't know why clicking on the X isn't enough. But I didn't have to force close it that time. So that's good. And I just opened up on the wrong monitor. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, you guys. Oh. And we are back in action. Yeah. All good now. Alright, so let's look at the 5-minute chart. You can see not a lot has happened. And I haven't even adjusted my alerts today, because I was not actively trading. I will say this morning, man, those roads were icy. Slipping and sliding, did not expect it. I live out in the sticks, so they usually de-ice. They did not de-ice this time. And there's some windy, steep hills. That's all I'm going to say. But it's all good. Luckily, I know how to drive in the ice, you know. Obviously, you don't slam on the brakes, in case you didn't know. If you hit ice, don't slam on the brakes. Pump those brakes until you regain traction. But yeah, when that hasn't happened in a while, it's always takes you off guard. So looking at SPY, I mean, I'm just watching the 688.50 level for support. 689.75 for resistance. 690, somewhere around there. I mean, very low range today, 0.45% range, not a whole lot. And let's change this to Q. Wow. It's not too often that the three of these differ so much, but I mean, look at these charts. There's days when they all look almost identical or very close, but this is almost completely three different patterns. Interesting. So it looks like Q had a bigger sell-off. I mean, Q's down 0.72% on the day. SPY almost break even on the day. And IWM up 1% on the day. That is interesting. You know, one thing we were talking about yesterday, I wanted to touch base on was what are the big stocks in those ETFs. So I'm gonna pull it up here on a different screen real quick, and then I will show you guys. Uno momento. I think we're good here. Sorry if you're just tuning in. I'm looking up the big stocks. All right. I'm going to give you guys the top 10. I just used ChatGPT to help me whip this up. And we can, run it against the sources provided if you don't trust AI. But for something like this, it's usually very good about pulling up accurate information. But always be leery. Be careful when using AI, because it can definitely make weird little mistakes. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you won't. You don't know what you don't know. So that can be an issue. All right, 1 second. Back to Big Head. Back to Big Head for a second. All right. Here we go. Way to go, Idaho. All right. So, the big ones in SPY, we got Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Google. Man, Webull used to give out full Google shares when you signed up or you had a friend sign up. Wow, yes, I know someone that got a Google stock. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think they do that anymore though. But it was like $1,000. Meta, and it wasn't me. Someone very close to me. That's all the hints I'm dropping. Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway. In Q, we got Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Google, Broadcom, Pepsi, Costco. So just a difference in case you're wondering, Q is more tech focused, generally considering, and SPY is a little bit more broad. Now, one thing we could also check is what are the big stocks that don't overlap, because obviously there's a lot of overlap between SPY, Q, and IWM. I don't think there is. I don't think there is, because it's a different index. So with IWM, we got Credo Technology Group, Bloom Energy Group, Fabrinet, Ion Q Inc., EchoStar Corp. Class A. Don't get that confused with Class B. Next Power Inc., Kratos Defense and Security Solutions Inc., man, Guardant Health Inc., Hecla Mining Co. Now, what's interesting is it didn't number this list. It just gave bullet points. I'm going to assume it's 10. Yeah. Because the Russell 2000 includes small cap firms, its holdings are much more diversified and less top heavy. So I think what's really happening is tech is taking a big hit. Back to it. Now I wonder. Maybe we should look at some of these. What did CRDO do today? Nothing special. I wouldn't call that special. Oh man, for a second I thought I was muted. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. I am sore as possible right about now. No, I've been sore, but I'm very sore. Gym has been kicking my butt this week. What else can we look out from here? Bloom, BE. Let's see what they're looking like. Actually, let me just do this. I'm a little OCD about how my charts are set up. And I'll leave it at that. I'm very particular. I don't like to say OCD because I know it's a real thing. But I am a very particular SOB, if you will. BO? That's not right. Oh, BO? Body odor? BE. Bring it back. Okay. I think we found the outlier. BE. Let me just put this over here. BE is what has really pulled IWM up today. What's going on with them? A unit of AEP plans on buying 2.65 billion in fuel calls from Bloom Energy. Fuel calls announced an agreement in 2024 regarding a potential purchase of up to 1,000 megawatts of fuel cells. Oh, I said calls, cells. I was like, what the hell is a fuel call? Sounds like some slang. Ayo, I just bought 10 fuel calls, and they're taking off. AEP and Bloom Energy announced agreement. Shares of Bloom Energy are trading at a steep valuation with respect to future earnings. Interesting. Well, you know what? I think this belongs in my money watch list. Let's take a look further back, shall we? What's the day chart look like? Oh wow, nice gap fill. Looks like it already filled it once, but like I feel like I'm always harping on is when those gaps are filled, you know, just because they're filled once doesn't mean there's not going to be another big move in that same range because of the lack of volume traded. So always be on the lookout for that. But yeah, looks like we are coming up on resistance for it, but not for, you know, a little bit of room. Looks like it's wanting to hit all-time highs. Dang. Oh wow, you could have bought this for $20 and I didn't even really think about it. This thing's squeezed. So it's $20 in the summer? 2025? Damn. What a good investment that was. Whoever held this for the last 4 months. I want to see the 4-hour chart. Wow. All right, so yeah. on the list. I was wondering why I never had added it to a list before, but it looks like, it just wasn't a big stock, but geez. Thing has been killing it. Oh my god. 2018, it was around 30, 45 in 2021. Wow. Wow. All right, back to SPY. SPY looks pretty good though too if you look at it. I mean, we were just at 200 during COVID. Insane. All right, well, but today not much is happening. We see why IWM is outpacing the rest of the market today, up 1%, following that volume from Bloom, baby. But it does look like it wants to curl back up. But I mean, there's half hour left in the day. It's Thursday, right? Thursday is gap fill day. That doesn't necessarily mean that any gaps will be filled. See, Q gaps down a little bit and then basically filled it all pre-market. Same with SPY. I mean, nothing too crazy to look at. What is interesting is how we are just right in that uptrend. Like I mentioned yesterday's stream, I said we might drop a little bit below and watch for that support off the 200 moving average on the 1 hour. And that's exactly what happened. So that is why it's important to study charts and to do technical analysis, because it's not surprising when those moves happen. You don't have to always be right. You don't have to be right the whole way. And you don't have to take the whole move. You just want that meat of the move. Keep your eyes out for this gap, though. Oh, my heater's turning on. That means it's getting colder in here. It is a scorching 56.6 in here. I think it was only 54, 53 yesterday. So I'm almost sweating, you guys. No big deal. Man, I wish. That sounds nice right about now, huh? Yeah, I wouldn't advise trading SPY right now, personally. I'm not a financial advisor, but unless we break through this resistance with some good volume, which we might be actually, as I speak. This would also be about where we reject, so we'll see. If I were to trade this, though, 691s are $4. That's a very low risk. Now you could be break even now on that. These could easily run a few 100%. If SPY just has a nice little pop, just runs for 10 minutes, these could go up, but they could just as easily go to zero. Actually, they could more easily go to zero. But if SPY breaks through resistance right here, for sure. For sure. And then looking at Q, similar price, $4 right now instead of $5 that you'd have to get in. And that could easily move, move that small range. But since those are same day till expire, with a half hour left, I don't even think you could buy those. Depending on your platform, it might not let you execute. But sometimes I do like to trade the 1 days till expire towards the end of the day. And then also hold them if I think it's going to trend up. This could be a good buying opportunity because we have pulled back from the all-time highs and we are on pace to keep the uptrend with, no foreseeable large pullback in sight unless something happens in the news, which is always possible. That's why, swing trading is a little bit risky like that, and why I like day trading, so you can get in and out with options. But if it's a month out or something and you ride an uptrend, it's a thing of beauty. Yeah, we'll see if anything happens. I wouldn't really count on it. We got that previous resistance. This is what I was talking about yesterday. I changed it from green to red to show you guys it's going to be resistance. And look, we got a slight pop over it, but could not hold. Volume was not there to continue, and it sold off. So that has proven to be resistance. Look how close that is. I have it at 690.14. I mean, we are 15, 20 cents off of that. So pretty spot on. TA is king. It feels like dead silent in here. I need some background music or something. Every time I do music that says that I won't be demonetized, it always takes the monetization. I don't know why. So I'm going to have to make my own beats. That's the only solution here. Come on. Will we see a move? Volume is low, very low. VIX is down, but it is kind of trending upward. It was in the 14s yesterday. So still a good time to possibly get long-term contracts. Whether you're looking for calls or you want to hedge with some puts on your long-term investments, it's always a better time to do it while VIX is down here in the low teens for sure. It doesn't get too much lower than this. I mean, if you look at VIX on a weekly chart, you'll see what I'm talking. No, let's look at the monthly chart. Look at that. So if you can get it somewhere between 10 and 15, you're sitting pretty. Because when there's volatility spikes like that, calls and puts, it doesn't even matter. Those things are going to start moving. Just inherently, they become more expensive. Jeez. Looks like our economy is squeezing. So yeah, not a whole lot going on, but it looks like we're trying. Hope y'all are having a great day. It's a cold day out here. Like I said earlier, the roads were icy, and they did not de-ice them. And I was slipping and sliding, and people were going extremely slow. I understand on corners, but if it's a straightaway, come on. You don't need to go 10 below the speed limit. But hey, I guess better safe than sorry. But when you're trying to get your kids to school, come on. I'm ready for spring and summer, to be honest. We don't get enough snow around here. It's just cold rain. Oh, congrats. Passed. Hell yeah. Good job. That's awesome. Nice, dude. Congratulations. Congratulations. Keep it up. I look forward to now hearing your first deposit from it. That's awesome. Congrats. I know that it's a journey, man. It is a journey. What were you trading? What was the last thing you traded to cross that finish line? Looks like we are trending up though. Will we get the volume push we need? We are at resistance, you guys. This was support, turned resistance. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Nice. Yep, ES. The ES mini. I think ES is probably what I traded the most. 90% gold coin, okay. Makes sense. Were you trading gold during normal trading hours, or were you trading it kind of when the market, when the standard market was, man, I can't think right now. When the market was closed. I was going to say off. When they turned the market off, even though it's always moving. Nice. Yeah, this resistance is proving itself worthy. On days like this, the best strategy you can go with in the chop is really just buying support and selling at resistance. Maybe you'll get a breakthrough, but definitely don't count on it. This is a consolidation day. The market is basically building support here, and hopefully, it kind of builds support and continues, which it could definitely do tomorrow. But I'm not surprised by this, and tomorrow's also Friday, so that's not typically the best day to trade. 8 and 11. Okay. I don't know your time zone. You might have said your time zone before. I'm Pacific Standard, so the market for me opens at 6:30. I want to say you're like 2 hours ahead, if I remember. I could just be guessing or thinking of someone else though. I think that's probably standard market hours though. Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, most of the time I've traded gold, it was during when the market was closed. But I would imagine it has probably better volume overall during the day, huh? Oh yeah, it's only noon here. 12:30 here. I have never been to New York. Been to Florida once. Other than that, I've been pretty much West Coast. I would love to go there one year though, or sometime. I was thinking one year for like New Year's or Christmas, but I don't know if that's just all overhyped in my head from probably Home Alone. Resistance is strong. Let's see if support is back to 689 or so. See, this would have been a good time to grab a put just to make those quick day trades. In this case, it probably would have been a 1 day till expire. But don't expect it to be much. And also, it's easy to get caught in the chop like that. These small moves. Looks like this penny stock is ripping today. Oh, wow. Pulling back, pulling back. Just frozen. The volume is so low right now. I mean, 52 million volume. What is it? Let me see what the average is. I want to say it's like 75, but it could have changed since I haven't checked in probably 6 months. 70 to 90. 30-day average is 74.7, according to Finbox. So basically, what I was thinking. So the volume is much lower than average, which is no surprise that the range is what it is. But these days eat up contracts. So when you're learning how to trade and you have a day like this and you're trying to trade options, you can very quickly get discouraged. It's very easy to think you suck at trading. Because one day you trade when there's good volume and there's an easy trend, and so you're like, man, I got this. And the next day the volume dies and your contracts just wither away, and you're like, okay, I don't got this. But so you're stuck wondering what went wrong. At least that was the case when I started trading options. I was like, what is it like? Why do I feel like I'm so good sometimes, and the other times I'm just bad? Well, it's all about the opportunity. You don't want to trade heavily on days like this, and when you can, that's when you go heavier. That's when you take bigger risks. But you'll get the hang of it over time for sure. But it's very easy to just get beat up, and that's why 90% of traders don't succeed, because they quit because of stuff like that. When you could just tough it out, figure out what you did wrong, and I think the way I really just figured out was over time, learning, and then logging my trades, and really just understanding, it's the volume, it's things like that. But yeah, it's things like that they really give you that slight edge. And just knowing ahead of time, like, okay, these are the levels to watch for, and when we get to those levels, when the volume is right at the same time, man, that's how magic happens. But it doesn't have to be complicated, and that's the kind of things that people don't even tell you. They'll just try to get you to buy a course just so they could give you that exact spiel. Um, so yeah, careful out there. Careful out there. So many people just come into trading with very little experience too, and then they'll start a channel and then try to teach people from there. I didn't even try to make a video about trading until I'd done it for 3 years. And now it's been, I don't know, almost 8. So maybe I waited more than 3 years then. I don't know. But either way, I waited several years before I even thought I had anything to offer, because I know, the one thing I always know is I don't know enough. There's always more to learn. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. So there's always more to learn, and I'm always willing to hear what other people have to teach me. But here we are, back to support. Like I said, it's not surprising, you guys. Not surprising. It's just all I've put thousands of hours into studying charts, and SPY specifically I've put in the most time studying. So SPY is my baby. But Q is very similar. And once you it's kind of like when you master anything. I don't want to say master. It's like when you get good at anything in life, you can apply those same things to other skills. So it's like when you get good at reading one chart, and then you start to look at other ones, it kind of, it can help things click faster if you really narrow your focus. So we're building support. Now, yeah, you could buy a call here, and maybe we'll come back up to resistance. But again, we got 15 minutes left in the day. Volume is low. I wouldn't count on it. And it is cold. Let me just give you a forecast for you guys. I'm looking at clouds and rain. And for the next week, rain. Hey, a little bit of sun next weekend, it looks like. I have not seen a sunny day in probably 2 months. I'm not joking. If you want to know what it's like to live in the Pacific Northwest, that's what it's like. I'm sure the East Coast isn't too much different this time of year either. But man, just a lot of rain and clouds, and any break of sun is like so noticeable. It's like it's glorious. So I guess there is that is the bright side of it, no pun intended, is you do appreciate it when it does come around. But I think I should probably start supplementing vitamin D. I always forget. Always forget. But I think it would probably be a good thing to do. So yeah, just waiting for something to happen here. I was gonna look something up. I can't remember what it was. My headphones just opened up in my pocket. I swear it. The headphone cases that lock, they never stay locked. This stupid thing. This thing. It always pops open, at the worst times, and I'm like trying to unlock my door, and this thing pops open upside down. I have cracks in my porch. The last thing I want to do is rip apart my porch just to get my freaking AirPod out of it. So, first world problems. I do love AirPods though. Shout out Apple. Let's take a look at them since we're talking Apple. Jeez. Looks like they're setting up for a buying opportunity though. Let's see the 4-hour. That's support. Right at support. Yeah, between here and 255. I remember when it broke too. Pretty significant. Oh man, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Oh my goodness. That was violent. Holy cow. Alright. Alright now. Come on. Will we get that retest of resistance one more time? IWM trying to lead the way. Because BE is pushing. BEA. Beautiful. And that's the kind of quality jokes you can expect here. What time is it? Again, I have to leave on time to get the kiddo. It's like going in slow motion. Okay. What else we got going on here? What else is going on in the market? Let's look at the heat map. How many people use this thing? Now, why is Costco up so much today? Jeez. Costco's had a day. Is Walmart up? Or is this just Costco? Holiday blowout. I do love me some Costco. Not gonna lie. We go at least once a week. And we got these cool Costco dog treats that look like food from the food court. Probably not the healthiest dog treat. But it's pretty funny. Like a little hot dog, a little shake. We also got dog toys that look like their deli stuff. It's like a cola and a big old hot dog. It looks like a Subway, like a whole Subway foot long. 2 squeakers. 2. Nine minutes left to go. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Why is this so disproportionate? Is it just because Amazon's that big? Some IPOs. IPOs are risky. Man, I remember an IPO I traded. It's a major fail. Coin. Let's look at coin for old time's sake. Yep, look at this IPO. I think I bought it at like 400. And I think I sold it at like 300. Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, it looks like if I would have held forever, I would have eventually made my money back, though. Yeah, 444 all-time high. I mean, it did happen. It would have took several years. I bet there were some people that held that whole time. Probably not a lot, especially considering it got down to $30. But I bet there's at least a couple. More than likely average down, but man, 30 from 30 to 400 is quite the move. And then now back to 2. And looking like it wants to go back, fill that gap. But yeah, that was my worst IPO day. That sucked. There was so much hype on it too. So much hype. And that's what I get. That's what I get. So yeah, coin, bitter taste in my mouth with it, but it looks like it's worked out well for some people. Those NFT days were, I think that was around the same time. Yeah, SPY's not gonna do nothing. It's not gonna break through that resistance. It might get back up to there, but if you were to buy if you were to buy one of these, well, I guess you probably wouldn't be in the same day. If you're holding the same day till that point, that thing is just slowly bleeding out. Sure, maybe you'll get lucky and it will hit 691, but probably not. It probably will close below 690. Yep. It's just going to be pinned right here. So hopefully no one got eaten up on that. I definitely don't recommend it. But again, like I was saying, if you're new to trading or if you're not, just a reminder, don't beat yourself up. These are not good days to trade. It's hard to make money on days like this with this kind of price action. It can be done for sure, but with options specifically, you could definitely lose money quick, in this chop. That up and down, low range, it makes your opportunity to exit less. Gives you worse entries. So, pick your battles, really. Apple does look like it's making a nice move in today, though. Looks like it was trying to pull the market up. Hit and resistance. So, for SPY tomorrow, I guess to kind of finish things up like we've been doing, let's just do a SPY technical analysis, shall we? So far, everything has been right on point. Zoom in here. Get a sip of water. Don't make fun of me. I don't like drinking out of straws on camera. Alright, that's over with. Now, should I adjust this bottom trend or should we just let it stay? I anticipated it falling a little bit below it. When we drew it, obviously this was already here. So I think I will leave it and see how close it can stay. So tomorrow, what will I be looking for? I mean, that break over 690.15. I want to see support hold above 688.50. That's what I would like to see happen. Good chance some of that happens pre-market. We'll see though. If we break support, if we do break 688.50, I'll watch for support around 686.50. 686.50. So a couple dollars down, which is also on that 200 EMA on the 1 hour chart. And then to the upside, though, if we do hold support and continue this uptrend, I'll watch for resistance really around 692. A break over 690.15, and we could have a strong move to 692. Strong. Like been hitting the gym consistently strong. So be on the lookout for that to the upside. And then, who knows? The odds of hitting the top of this channel, pretty rare, pretty slim, I should say. It's like a Charizard level rare, but it could happen. Could happen. But odds are we'll probably be within this range to the upside or within this range to the downside. So that's what I will be looking for. And that's it. Unless anyone has any questions or wants to see anything specifically, could take a quick look at Q also. Q tomorrow, I'll watch for that resistance on the 50 EMA, which is 621.50. And it is at support on the 200 EMA for the 1 hour. So if it does break that, I'd watch for support around 617 would be the next level support. And to the upside, I would watch for resistance around 621.50. And then to the upside from there, I'd watch for it around 624. Okay. Sorry about the interruption. I was just checking my cameras. I thought I heard something. Anyways, that is what I'll be looking for on there. And now just to look at IWM to wrap it up. Look at IWM looking way better than SPY and Q. Look at that. IWM hitting all-time high today. Oh wow, I didn't even realize. So watch for resistance around 260. That slow uptrend, 259, obviously the resistance now. Support around 257.50 or even better 256. So that is it on the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you aren't already. And I will have the charts up on the other live stream soon after this if you want to keep watching them. So again, thank you guys so much for the support. Hope you have a great day. Hope you're staying happy and healthy. And I'll see you tomorrow.